Maria, can I ask you to tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and how you got into healthy living?
For me, I did my first detox retreat about 5 years ago, and it actually happened a little bit by accident. So I was quite keen to go on a yoga holiday over in Thailand, and just the time I was going with my sister and mum, and my sister's a teacher, so she only had a very specific window that she could go for. So the week happened to be yoga and detox, and we kind of thought, well, we'll go along. We know we want to do the yoga and we'll see what this detox is all about. And I think for me, it was the results that I felt after just that 1 week of being immersed in a detox program just really kind of spurred me on to make a lot of longer term changes.
So Maria, there's a lovely group of us here and I've been chatting to some of the girls, but what we really want to know is what is in store for us this weekend?
Yeah, so going back to the natural cleansing cycle that your body is doing by itself, we're going to be assisting that in 2 ways over the weekend. So the first thing we're doing is really giving the digestive system a big rest, and we're going to be putting in a lot of really healthy, like nutrient dense foods and juices, but they're also things that are very simple for the body to digest. So we're not going to be taking up a lot of energy to digest, and this means that the body can then go deeper into the cleansing cycle. The other way we're going to come at it is we're going to be stimulating a lot of the organs and systems of the body that are involved in the detox process. So that just kind of spurs them on to, again, just get deeper into that natural cleansing cycle.
So Maria, what can we expect to feel as we're going through this process, and how are we going to feel at the end?
Well, hopefully great at the end. The process itself really varies for everybody, because if you think about it, everyone's coming from a different daily diet, a different routine, a different background. So it varies, but it can sometimes produce some detox symptoms. So things like headaches would be quite normal. It's really good for that to drink a lot of fluids over the weekend. So we have the Detox Water and coconut water here. These are both really hydrating, and they'll just help to kind of alleviate any headache symptoms, things like that. Tiredness would be quite normal as the body gets into that deep cleansing cycle. It can take a bit of energy. Highs and lows in terms of the energy as well. We will be putting in a lot of things that will be very blood sugar balancing that should help that out. But people can feel kind of really lively 1 minute, quite tired the next. So it's just good to have this environment where we can have a lot of rest, but also go out for walks outside, fresh air, things like that will help.
Well, thanks Maria. It's a lovely location and I've got a nice group here with me, so I'm not on my own going through this detox process. So ladies, are you all excited and ready to get started?
Absolutely. Yes. Nervous.
Well, Maria, I believe we're going to go and do some juicing now. Is that right?
That's right, Emily. Yeah, what I usually find when I first meet clients is that the thing they're most curious about, especially at the moment, is juicing.
Maria, what have we got here?
So what we have here, Emily, are all the organic ingredients that we're going to be putting into the juice today. I'm going to just show everyone quite a simple base for making the juice that people could make at home, and then just some of the other things we have, why we're adding them in, especially for us this weekend. It's all about assisting the detox process. And then a few little things to add different flavors.
So Maria, can I ask you, where do you get these? Because I know some of them are in the supermarkets and some of them I haven't seen before.
Yeah, so all of the ingredients we're using today, Emily, I get from a farmer called Christy Stapleton, who's based in Kiltegan.
So he's in Wicklow as well?
He's in Wicklow as well, yeah, west of Wicklow.
So a big shout out to Christy, your veg looks good. Right, Maria, let's get juicing. What do we do first?
So what we're doing here is that celery and cucumber, they're a really good simple base for any green juice. They're easy to juice with. The cucumber adds a lot of hydration. You get a lot of juice out of that. But we want to, because we're having a lot of juice this weekend and less of the food, there are some essential nutrients we want to make sure we're getting in. So the sunflower sprouts come into this for us because they're adding some protein in. That's really, really essential when you are going through a detox time, that you make sure to have some protein. The proteins actually bind to some of the toxins and help to carry them out of the body. So really, really important that we're adding the protein in for each of our juices. And this is some chard, so just a really great leafy green full of nutrients. What we have over here, ginger and turmeric. So these are really great warming spices. The ginger is a brilliant one for the digestive system.
And they add a bit of flavour as well.
These also
so
add
which
a lot
goes
of
in first, Maria? Let's
what
get
we'll
this
do,
show on the road.
Let's get the show on the road. So we can
I know the girls are probably getting hungry already, as soon as they haven't eaten for a few hours.
So we'll start with a little bit of celery and cucumber.
So can you freehand with this, Maria, or do you have to be careful?
No, you can't. You really can freehand it. I suppose if you're starting off in terms of the freehanding, if it's new to you, the green juice, and you don't want something too strong, I would stick with a lot of the base ones because these aren't going to taste too strong, and a lot of the sunflowers, and then you can freehand with. Well, these could get very spicy now if you're putting in a lot of the ginger and turmeric. So
Okay, viewers, beware. Not too much ginger and turmeric.
An inch of ginger, and we'll just put a little half of turmeric for the first one. You can try it out and see how it goes.
Okay, and the girls are going to have a go as well. I know there's a few experts here on juicing, but I'll be having my first go.
Okay, so we'll just put a little bit of the chard and then a handful of the sunflower sprouts.
So how long would juice like this take to make in the morning, say, for people?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's really simple to add into your day-to-day routine because really in about 5 minutes you could have it all done. You just have to cut up a few veg and you'll see how quick the machine is to make it. So.
Okay, so what do? We turn the machine on here.
Turn the machine on. So this machine is cold pressing the juice, and there's a term you hear a lot these days. And really all that means, it relates to the speed at which, see this is turning in the center to break it down. So it's going nice and slowly, which means nothing's getting heated up too much. So when we heat up foods, we lose a lot of the enzymes. So it's just really good to kind of, for this to go slowly, it's cold pressing, it keeps all of the nutrients and enzymes at their optimal levels.
So you're literally preparing it and consuming it within a matter of minutes, which means you're getting optimal nutrition.
That's right, yeah, because if you were to leave it sit for a long period of time, it's going to start evaporating all of those nutrients out of it, so we will be drinking it very soon after.
Girls, are you excited about the juicing?
It looks fantastic.
What about you two down here?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Can't wait.
A lot of happy campers here anyway with the juice demo. So you just keep on feeding it in.
So you just feed it in, and like that, if you want to play around with the flavors, we'll add a little bit of ginger, a little bit of the turmeric, and I'd stick with just one small wedge of the lime. It makes it nice and kind of zesty flavor.
So Maria, can I ask you, now this is a green juice made entirely of vegetables. A lot of people think juicing, smoothies, nobody knows really sometimes the difference between them. What is the difference?
Yeah, that's definitely something I get asked a lot. So the main difference, what we're doing here with juicing, is we're extracting, so you see this pulp coming out, all of the fibre is coming out, so we're literally extracting just the juice out of the vegetables. Now the reason that's something that you want to be drinking is because it's very little energy for the body to break this down, to take the nutrients out of it. So once you start drinking this, see, it's been broken down by the machine, so you're getting really readily absorbable nutrients straight into your body.
Okay, because we would have always heard that fibre was good for us, but not in this sense.
Fibre is good for you, Emily, and it's very important to have enough fibre in your diet. The difference with, say, if you were to look at drinking fibre as opposed to eating it, is that actually the breakdown of fibre begins in the mouth. So the enzyme that you need to break down fibre is in your mouth. That's where the process kicks off. And if you think about, if you drink fibre as opposed to eating it, you're not chewing it, you're not mixing it with that enzyme. So you're just skipping a really vital part of the process to break it down.
Okay, that's interesting. So it's all about the chewing. I'm going to get you a glass here, Maria, and some glasses for the girls. I'm ready for my taste. Is it okay if I go first? I get the microphone, so I get to go first.
We might need a bit more to fill up glasses.
Okay, well, I'll have a little sample first.
Okay, do you want a sample in that glass or a shot glass?
We'll all have a shot, will we, girls? A term familiar to me. That was a little bit too familiar there. Well, the moment of truth has arrived here in Britis Bay as we are about to sample Maria's signature green juice. I'm going to pass them down to the ladies. So, Fran, that is your one. One for you. One for me, a nice large one. And one. Maria, would you like to join us for one? Seeing as you did all the hard work here. Okay, ladies, and it's nice and green for Irish TV. Cheers. Cheers. Down in one. Yum. Yum. That was absolutely delicious. So the verdict is thumbs up for the green juice from everyone here in Britis. So there you go. Head over to Maria's website, which should be coming up on screen now, for lots of exciting free recipes and learn how to make her signature juice. I am now going over to my first yoga class. Yes, I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous as I wouldn't be the most flexible, but I'm dying to learn some tips from Maria and really get involved. For anyone out there who isn't actually familiar with yoga, what is it?
Well, strictly, Emily, yoga means union. So you'll see over the course of the weekend, we're going to be doing some moving practice or asana practice, which is what most people would think of when they think of yoga, that physical movement. We're actually going to also be doing a lot of relaxation and breath work over the course of the weekend. And it's really a big part of these moving classes is even that union between your breath and movement as you go through the class.
And Maria, what are the health benefits of yoga for people out there who might be thinking about taking it up? What does it do for you?
It really does a huge amount of things. Yeah, it's a really, really great thing to take up. I mean, from, say, in terms of people wanting to do it for certain reasons, even to relax you, to ground you, to give you a bit of time to yourself. Also, the physical benefits are huge. Like, it is also quite an energetic practice, as you'll see as we go through a class. Like, you are, getting your heart rate up, getting a lot of movement. In terms of our detox this weekend, you'll see we'll be incorporating quite a few twists into it to just help and kind of get those toxins out of the body that we're detoxing from. And we'll also be getting into the hips quite a lot. That's something that can tense up while you're going through a detox like this for the weekend. So we will be doing some poses today that focus directly around the detox. But even, say, outside of a weekend like this, it's a very detoxifying practice by itself, because like that, you are getting into these areas of the body where you have a lot of lymph nodes. That's going to always help to get the kind of detox moving along. Really physical, really great for stretching out all the muscles, for building up core strength. That's a huge benefit from it as well.
I believe it's very good for the mind as well, for people to kind of relax and be at one with themselves.
It definitely is, yeah. I mean, it can be a very, very grounding practice for people, and not just the breathwork classes, but also the physical movement. Really great thing, yeah, for people to take some time out for themselves.
So Maria, we're going to do some beginners yoga today, as there's a couple of beginners in the class, me being one of them. So what poses are you going to teach us beginners?
Well, what we're going to do today is we are going to be looking at it from a beginner's perspective, but we are also going to be focusing on the detox element of the weekend. So we'll be doing quite a few twists, quite a few moves that will kind of stretch into the hips a bit, and yeah, just an interesting flow.
Well, that's good, Maria. You've given us loads of food for thought there, even though we're not actually getting solid food. So we are off to enjoy our yoga. Ellen and Mifsud, you have done yoga before, so how did you find Maria's class there?
Oh, I thought it was brilliant, really, really relaxing. I find it really, really like just to take the whole weekend out and to be able to kind of have that downtime that you can properly relax and centre yourself. It was just fantastic, really, really good.
So you found the yoga a key part of the retreat. What else do you like so far?
I think the juicing definitely was just, I loved it, and Maria was really, really good at kind of giving us take-home ideas to take home, and I can really see myself incorporating it into my daily life, so that was particularly brilliant. But the yoga was absolutely, she's just a fantastic, really patient instructor, and just, yeah, really great. Yeah, I've worked as a guidance counsellor and teacher, and it's quite kind of high energy, so you come home and you'd be nearly tingling with the kind of stressed throughout the day and dealing with so many people. So I found the yoga practice really, really good for just kind of bringing things back to base and just grounding myself and just kind of, keeping things ticking nicely. So that's kind of how I've gotten into yoga. Really
yeah,
good.
I can imagine that would be a challenging job. So you really found the yoga beneficial. That's great to hear. Can I ask you finally, Frances, would you recommend this life cleanse that Maria runs to people?
Yeah, I would definitely. I would tell them that, in terms of what their expectation is, it is very much a detox, and the word detox has real meaning, I think, in this sense, so you are going to probably find it hard and find it challenging. But I think if you're prepared for that and you want to see, hopefully, the benefits, well then, I definitely would recommend it, yeah.